Welcome to Classes and Objects. Today we'll be taking a look at what is a class, what is an object, and the relationship between classes and objects. We've gone over a lot of this previously in the course, but it's important to reiterate it to make sure that you have a good understanding of it, because this concept is something that makes up Java, and it's essential to have a good grasp of this. So let's look over classes first. Classes are the basic unit of a program, and they contain methods and fields. So methods are things that the class can do, like functions, and fields are some of the object's characteristics or attributes. And then relationships between different classes are known as associations. So for example, if we had a pencil class, and it was about a pencil, then the methods for this pencil class would be like writing, erasing, and the fields or attributes for this pencil class would be color, something like length, width, things like that. And now let's take a look at objects. So for objects, it's basically they're like objects in real life. Objects in real life, let's take a pencil for example. They have different characteristics and they also have different behavior. So similarly to classes, objects have attributes and behaviors. And an object reference is basically a variable that refers to an object. So in our previous programs, we've been creating a scanner object. We've been creating a scanner variable that uses the scanner class to create a scanner variable, and that's actually an object reference, because as we're going to look in the next slide, a class is used to create an object. So when we're declaring the scanner variable, we're creating an object through the scanner class, and then we're using a variable to refer to that object. So in fact, when we've been declaring the scanner variable in our programs, when we want to get user input, we've in fact been using an object reference. And last but not least, the relationship between classes and objects. So classes are to objects as blueprints are to houses. So this is basically, a class is kind of like a blueprint, and then an object is the real life version of that blueprint. So similarly, you can use a class to make multiple houses. You can use a class to build multiple objects, and you can use a blueprint to make multiple houses or anything actually. And an object is an instance of a class. An instance is basically means a creation or a build type of a build of a class. So, or a prototype of a class, something like that. So when we use the scanner class and we create a scanner variable, we're creating a scanner object. And then that object is referred to with a variable, but we're creating an object because it's an instance or a build of a class. And then so this finishes off this lecture. We looked at classes and objects and their relationship, which we previously had gone over in the course. And we saw that an object reference is basically a variable that refers to an object, and that an object is an instance of a class.